There's a few different articles out there and stuff about why people, or especially entrepreneurs, wake up so early and start working. And it literally does give you a high. And, as weird as it sounds, it makes me feel better about everyone fucking else that's still sleeping. I feel like a superior human being because I'm up and I'm getting shit done that they fucking couldn't. And I'm telling you, you're not going to understand it until you do it. And if you already do it, you're sitting here shaking your head being like, that's the fucking feeling, bro. Yes. Waking up and getting shit done, you feel like a winner all the time. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Return on Investment MF channel. It's your host, Zack ROI Williams. And this is the information your haters don't want you to hear about. Becoming the most badass version of yourself in business. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about SOPs, or better known as standard operating procedures. These aren't necessarily going to have to be something that's on digital platform. Now, granted, modern day, modern responses to, modern issues. Standard operating procedures. A lot of times these are documented in some sort of digital, whether it be a PDF document or a web article that your business or yourself produces for your employees or coworkers, or it could even be videos or training materials that teaches people how the business needs to be operated. Now, when you start venturing into entrepreneurship, a lot of times you're going to start off as a solopreneur, so you're constantly trying to figure things out on your own. So when I say it doesn't necessarily need to be something that's in a digital format, I just want you to get used to creating an SOP, okay? I want you to start thinking about SOPs. I want you to start utilizing SOPs. I need these to be your Bible, okay? We're going to get into, some actual SOPs to be creating and stuff like that in the future and things that have helped me. And honestly, like what I've learned, I went an embarrassing long way without SOPs and did not realize what I was missing. Now, a big portion of like what I want to talk about today is, saying that it doesn't necessarily have to be some sort of digital checklist or something that you got to go through and check off on your phone or go through and make sure that you're operating correctly on your physical computer or digital device. It can be a pad and pen, or it could be a book that you've gotten that is actually something that has meant something to you. Or I even consider, honestly, I consider vision boards and stuff like that as a SOP, like your morning rituals. Those events that happen to me are a standard operating procedure, which is wake up, have an actual schedule that you're going to listen to. Y'all know that I've been reading a lot about habits and how to physically train your brain. There's certain types of people in this world that have, different career paths or different skill sets. Their brains are physically different and physically unique, as well as they also carry the same contributes like industry to industry. So for example, if you're more mathematically based and you practice mathematical equations on a regular basis, all of y'all's brains are going to resemble one another, but are going to be completely different to someone that has more of a creative mindset. So I've been studying how to better myself as a human being, which in turn is going to make me a better entrepreneur, a better business owner, a better person. And this is something that I wanted to help you guys with, was what is something that is a standard operating procedure for you as a solopreneur, or if you're still working in your 9 to 5 and you're working a branch away. Okay. I was all over the place. I was constantly, worrying about what time do I spend where when I'm quote unquote away from work, even though, being outside of the brick and mortar, I was still working for the company. So I was having to figure out how to balance my time, how to focus on my family, how to focus on my side hustle, all this stuff. But I didn't have a procedure, a standard operating procedure to follow to keep me in line. Now, some of y'all might be saying, Zach, this is so basic, blah, 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 blah. It's just write yourself a schedule. All right, I get that. But I want to take it into a deeper, fundamental level of where we figure out how to build our building blocks now, Now, whether you're already, like I said, whether you're still working your 9 to 5, trying to figure out your exit strategy, or you're running a multi-million-dollar organization yourself, if you don't have this portion of this figured out, I'm not going to say you're going to fail, but I'm going to say that to be able to find an ability to increase your time, which is your most valuable asset, that's what we need to focus on. So we need to bring it back, focus on what those standard operating procedures are, and it literally can be something as simple as waking up before you go to the gym, or before you get in the shower, or before you open your laptop, or before you pour a bowl of cereal, or whatever the case may be. It could be a simple situation where you just sit there and look at your vision board. You kind of meditate on it. You kind of give yourself a new pep talk every fucking morning, going over, this is the reason that I'm doing this, okay? Then once we start moving past some of those, simpler tasks, and some of these you can graduate out of, and some you absolutely need to set it in stone, like this is the only way, and that's, coming up with a schedule. For me, and this is something that I've given out to, several of my like-minded business owners and entrepreneurs and stuff, that they have been like, holy crap, this is fucking amazing. So, and this works for my life. It's not going to work for everybody. And some people will look at this and say, bro, I've been doing this for 10 years. Some people will be like, holy shit, this is revolutionary. So as y'all know, I'm big Andy Frisella fan. I have his critical task book. So I write out all my critical tasks, but my key is I do it the night before or the day before. As my critical tasks for the next day come to me, I write them down. I write my critical tasks down. And with those critical tasks, what I'll do is I make sure that, it falls in line with my brand strategy or my marketing strategy. I've sat down, going back to standard operating procedures, I've created a marketing strategy for my organization. And not only just within my organization, but it's broken down by, which department needs to focus on what. So what I do is I make sure that it flows with that. But as you know, things come up, there's new goals that come, as, you'll get a new contract or a new opportunity that you need to kind of reevaluate some things, but it still flows within the overall concept of your strategy. So the night before or the day before, as it comes to me, I'll go and write down my critical tasks that need to be completed the next day. So that way, when I wake up, I don't have to fucking question anything. I get up and I get the fuck to work. But I wake up and I do not touch my phone or any type of social media until after I've completed certain tasks. I don't like putting negativity into me, especially not starting my day off like that. A lot of people, myself included, especially in the past, would wake up, first thing I do, start scrolling social media. And as we know, there's a lot of shit out there that you don't need to be digesting, setting the mood for the day like that. So I wake up, and the first thing I do is I read a devotional. Now, this devotional I read is super simple. I don't want to be out here seeming like I'm preaching to anyone or, pushing any type of way. I am a Christian. I love God. And I'm also a very colorful human. So, I don't want anyone to be like, oh, he's contradicting Christianity. No, I'm just my own fucking person, bro. I love God too. But so what I do is I wake up and I read a devotional. It literally takes me like 3 to 5 minutes. Wake up, read my devotional. So now I'm putting something positive. So if you're not into, Christianity or any other type of religion, something that is positive, something that's uplifting. You want to kind of start that mood out in a positive light. So wake up, get straight at it. Do my devotional, 3 to 5 minutes. I'm up and I'm on my way to the gym. I do my little morning routine with my, pre-workout and protein and stuff like that. And I head to the gym. So I'm straight to the gym, because if I push off the gym at any point later, there's always something that's going to take priority over it. So get it out the fucking way immediately. Now, not only have I put something positive inside of me, as far as, my devotion, or if you're not doing a devotion, you're doing some type of positive and uplifting blog articles, or even just writing something your own self that's positive, getting your mind in that positive, atmosphere. Anyways, I'll do that. I head to the gym. So now my mind is in a healthy place, and now my body is in a healthy place. So I'm now starting my day off in a completely just positive mood. My body's good. I feel good. And mind you, I'm doing all this. I wake up at 5 a.m. So there's a few different articles out there and stuff about why people, or especially entrepreneurs, wake up so early and start working. And it literally does give you a high. And, as weird as it sounds, it makes me feel better about everyone fucking else that's still sleeping. I feel like a superior human being because I'm up and I'm getting shit done that they fucking couldn't. And I'm telling you, you're not going to understand it until you do it. And if you already do it, you're sitting here shaking your head being like, that's the fucking feeling, bro. Yes. Waking up and getting shit done, you feel like a winner all the time. You're waking up and you're winning the day immediately. So go to the gym. Now mind's healthy, body's healthy. I come back and I get to work. I'll take my shower. And what I do is I read my book. That's when I do my reading. So I'm getting all this done before 7:30 a.m. So I've already put some positivity into my brain, or spirit, if you want to call it. I go work out my body, and then I train my brain again. I get some more reading done. That's my nice, calm, quiet. That's relaxing now. Again, y'all been following me. I'm not the best reader, or at least I never have been until 75 hard last year. So now I'm training my brain. It's getting easier. It's getting more relaxing. It's getting more fulfilling. I'm reading more pages. Now I don't technically have to read any number of pages. Like on 75 hard, you got to read 10 pages. Now I just read. And most of the time I'm reading 10, 15, 20, 30 pages because I'm in it. I'm training my brain. I'm consuming the knowledge that I need to be consuming, and I feel good about myself. So I get my reading done, and now my day is cleared. I'm good. I've established a good, positive, and healthy environment for me to start my day. Again, it's still at 7:30. So I'm an hour and a half beyond, my phone starting to ring, my emails starting to call, starting to fill up. So I've got an hour and a half to start working on things that I can literally turn my phone off, put my phone in another room, or, turn it over depending on what situation I'm in, and start working for an hour and a half with no distractions. So I get started on my critical task, and I go through them one by one by one. Now, depending on what I'm in or what mood I'm in or where I'm at in my life at the time, I'll jump around from critical task to critical task, but I always start with one of them. I don't care if it's the first one, the fifth one, the third one. I find one, and I get it accomplished. I'm normally done with one or two of my critical tasks before I even, before 9 a.m. So before my phone starts freaking out, I'm already done, 40% of, what I know I have got to complete for that day before I go to bed. Now, the way I also like my critical tasks, and for other people out there that, that really get that sense of accomplishment for checking things off, as soon as I complete one, I don't get on my phone and scroll through social or this or that or whatever. I literally get up, I go find my book, and I mark my critical task off. I feel that level of accomplishment and that high you get from scratching it off it's absurd how much, the pep rally it gives you in the inside when you get to scratch one off. So that's what I do. Now, that's not done on the computer. This is not any sort of, operating procedure that, most companies abide by. But this is something that I do within my own internal life that I now consider a operating procedure. I found multiple people that I look up to as mentors. I saw what they were doing with their lives. I saw what habits they were forming, saw what habits they had created, and I formulated a plan based around what I saw other people doing that were successful and in a better place than I was, and I emulated it, okay? That structure is now my standard operating procedure as a person. And as you know, that person, the CEO, the entrepreneur, the business owner, the president, whatever you want to call yourself, that is the absolute foundation to having a successful company. Now let's talk about standard operating procedures for your company. You need to make sure that your standard operating procedures not only are going to make you a better business as far as your efficiency within your own employees or contractors, but also your clients as well. Your clients, you have to know how to control your clients and to get them to do the certain things that you need in order to save yourself some time. If you just start an email chain and go back and forth, things can get misconstrued. You'll miss things. Sometimes someone will start off on a tangent, and then now you got to go back, search through a bunch of stuff. You start setting standard operating procedures in place to where you give them the exact information that you need. They provide it, and then you're done. You're saving yourself time. You're saving them time. You're getting exactly what you need. Same thing with your employees. You need to give your employees guidelines to follow to make sure that they are getting done efficiently as possible the information and the projects that you need. Now, again, we're going to talk about specific SOPs in the future and start getting into all these different crazy types of businesses you can run, like Scrum and things like that. We will get to that. Right now, my whole objective for this, with being, the episode that it is and as early on as it is that you understand that these are going to help you make money quicker and be more efficient with your time. Your time is the most valuable asset you have. I don't have to preach that to you. But if I can show you something to do and give you an idea, what my objective for this right now is for you to understand how important these are and go out and start doing some research on what type of SOPs are most critical for you in your company, in your industry. Every industry is different, okay? I don't care if you're a plumber. I don't care if you're a digital marketing agency, a photographer. I don't care if you're in e-commerce. I don't care if you're a realtor. There are SOPs out there that other people have created. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go find those SOPs. You can either pay for them. You can, just read them, whatever you need to do to consume that information and see what the objective is. And then I want you to recreate it for yourself. You need to make it your own. I'm not saying that you got to go find someone else's business model and follow it to a T and just basically copy and paste their business. I want you to run your organization the way you want. This is simply going to be a tool to do it more efficiently and to be more productive with the time that you have, so that way you can buy back some of your time. Instead of a bunch of back and forth, instead of a bunch of confusion, you will now have guidelines to follow, and you will be able to be more structured and have a better foundation for growing your organization and becoming that CEO and that business owner that you want to be. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Standard operating procedures. Again, I know this is not going to be any earth-shattering information, but I want to just drive that nail in the coffin and show you guys how important this can be, all right? This is a critical point for you to be able to take in, consume this information, and reproduce this within your own organization by creating whatever SOPs you find are going to be necessary within your industry and for your company specifically. I hope this helps, and we'll talk soon. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this at all, please check out these videos that are coming up next. I have an idea that you're going to like.